Hello, you join me from a table in the bitter cold United Kingdom where it's only about 5 degrees Celsius. But that doesn't matter because I need a YouTube video for this week, so we're going to get out there in that cold, even though I do have a cold, and we're going to review the Polo after 2,000 miles because I just hit 2,000 miles in it on my own. So, without further ado, let's get out there, do the review, but first we do need to wash it. And just pray, fingers crossed, that the water doesn't turn to ice, otherwise I won't be getting in my car for 3 weeks because I don't think the temperatures get warmer for about another 3 weeks. So yeah, thank you all so much for the support recently, it means a lot, and yeah, cue the montage.
Okay, so I've owned this car for about 6 months now, and I've done just over 2,000 miles in it, and I'm really liking it, and I think it's safe to say it is worth the purchase if you're looking for a hatchback at not a massive price. Okay, so starting at the front, obviously we have our 1 litre turbocharged engine. Now in this engine, it comes with about 95 horsepower and a couple hundred newton meters of torque. Now it is a very reliable engine. I've had no problems with it since I bought it about 6 months ago, as I said, and I'm really enjoying it. The horsepower is, I thought it'd be maybe a little bit slow, but it's actually not too bad. It's quite a nice car. It's got a mix of power, obviously, but with good fuel economy. Like, the fuel economy is through the roof, and you know, I would say I describe myself as someone who isn't very well educated in the economic driving standpoint. You know, I didn't get my degree in economic driving, don't really drive very economically, and I still get something like 40 to 50 mpg. I think on the lower day, if it's cold, you know, and all the other conditions, about 30 at the lowest, I think, is what I've experienced. Obviously, in terms of reliability and running costs, it only costs about 30 quid to fill up, 40 quid to fill up a full tank, which is really good in today's obviously economy, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, the power's well worth it. It's not anything you wouldn't expect from a hatchback. The car's quite light, only weighs in at just over a ton, so the 95 horsepower isn't too bad, but you know, it's nice. The torque's there. It has got a good bit of kick, good punch to it. Very similar to, well, from power to weight ratio, I suppose, to the Freelander, which sits behind this at the moment. And you know, it's still got that pokiness, and when you put it away at lights and stuff, you really do feel not almost like a gap cab, but you do feel like you can pull away and, you know, keep up with traffic really well, which is something you'd expect from a car, you know, of this age. I think it's got a similar power and torque to 1.4 litre from about 10 years ago, because the old 1.2 Polo, which Mark 5, I think, no, Mark 4 maybe, yeah, no, Mark 5 was 1.2 litre, and they only had about 60 to 80 horsepower, so the turbo does a hell of a lot of work. So, you know, it's good. I mean, nothing in this car, it screams unreliable, it screams well worth it and well built. So that's probably what, you know, that's what means most really when you're having a car. Yeah, that's probably enough on the engine standpoint. And yeah, obviously it comes with these headlights, which are pretty much an artificial sun when you turn on the high beam. If you remember the Top Gear clip, when you turn to this artificial sun, it feels like that if you're high beam in these. You could blind someone, but they're very bright, and obviously what you'd expect from matrix LED lighting these days, and definitely something I'd consider ensuring you have when you buy one. So welcome to the boot of the Polo. I'm currently sat in it because it's actually quite a decent size. So with the seats up, as you can see here, it's got about, I think, 300 litres of boot space, obviously, plus your parcel shelf, which is detachable from up here. And then obviously you've got space for your spare wheel underneath down here, which is quite good. But yeah, I can carry a lot of stuff, you know, all the cleaning equipment usually sits up here. I carry a football around with me, Hoover, all this stuff, and there's still space for plenty of other bits. You know, bags probably fit 3 medium-sized, you know, 3 small-sized suitcases, one bigger suitcase, and you could probably fit, I'd say, 3 to 6 backpacks in the back of this. So it's got quite a lot of space, and obviously drop these seats down and you get obviously the whole rear as well for boot space. But in terms of boot space, yeah, no, it's really good. You've got a little pocket down here, little hanger there, you've got obviously space for a lot of stuff. So I'd say, yeah, so space down obviously here for your, got around there, you've got a little hanger, you've got a lot of space, little pockets and all of that around. So yeah, I'd say it's worth it. It's quite a good boot space, what you expect from a hatchback without being too over the top, and they haven't really limited space to come up with any other functionality. Obviously as well, you've got these rear lights. These are LED rear lights. They're nice matrix style lighting, and they are very nice, solid, nice, fancy looking brake lights. Taking inspiration from the Golf, obviously now having the extra bar in the boot, and I say they've added style and a little bit better functionality. I know they've changed them now, so not just this indicator here, there's now a bar that goes across, but more like the Golf again on the new, like the last 2 generation ones, last 2 years worth of this generation. But I don't think you need that. I think these are just perfect now. I did always think the Polo ones, with the old Polo with the little square ones, or just this piece, it looked that great. I thought I should upgrade it because obviously a lot of other cars are changing it, and I think they've done a good job though to make it really good. And one of the quick quirky feature I think I want to show you is obviously with the fuel cap. When you take the fuel filler cap off, there is just a little space there. I don't know if everyone knows. I've seen people saying they've been getting Polos and looking at my videos. So if you don't know, that's where your thing to put the filler cap is when you're filling up is. And this is a locked fuel filler cap. You have to obviously have the car unlocked to do it, so when you're driving along, no one can nick it. So that's quite a big bonus. With rear space, as you can see, it's nice. My friend, he's very short. Sorry, Tom. But yeah, when he's in here, he says he's got plenty of space. It's quite nice, as you can see. I've got quite a lot of space here, and I'm not really struggling at all. I'm about 5'9½". When you're in the car, it's quite spacious, quite comfortable. You've got obviously your lighting up in the roof up here. Not sure I remember how to turn it on actually. I haven't seen it, but there you go. That. light up in the roof, and it's quite nice. You've got a lot of space in here. There's probably, I mean, they've got 3 seats. I'd say you can fit 3 people in the back, but 2 is probably better. You've got your little door bin, obviously, nothing crazy. Nice door handles, nice, obviously your electric rear windows, which the Skoda Fabia still doesn't have for some reason. Speakers, and you've got 2 charging ports as well, which is nice. I remember my friend, one of them, he didn't know there was charging ports back, he asked for a cable, and my friend in the front said, well, how are you going to get the cable for the back without touching the gear stick? And I went, no, there's actually 2 in the back, so he uses the ones in the back, and it's really, really good. Yeah, I like this car. It's got the same style seats as in the front, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I think it's really, really nice. You've got obviously your little hanger again up here, which is nice. It's got quite a lot of the features you'd expect, you know, nice tiny window. But yeah, it's got a lot of the features you'd expect. These are fully tinted windows as well. So obviously I can see out, but it is blacked out as you would have seen on there. So you can't see anyone in the back, only the front's not, and so is the rear window. So it's quite nice being in the back if you want a bit of privacy. If you catch my drift, or you know, if you're just driving along and you don't want everyone seeing the back of your car, it's quite a nice feature to have. And yeah, I've got my seat quite far back here, and yeah, the leg room is pretty nice. I'm sitting in it comfortably. I've got particularly long legs. My torso is quite small and my legs are quite long, but I fit in this very nicely, and I can just comfortably sit in the back for a long time. I have sat in the back on drives when my dad's been driving it, and yeah, it's been really good. Obviously you have your little pocket space down here and down here, but I'd say putting a water bottle in it does work, but you do feel it if you're the driver or the passenger, and it can be a little bit annoying. I haven't tried it in these seats, but when I was doing it with my instructor, he had a water bottle in the back of the driver's seat, and you could feel it when he took it out and put it back. But yeah, there's plenty of space in this car. It's really, really nice, and it's quite a bit like a TARDIS. There's a lot of space on the inside, and I think it's because there's a smaller engine in the front now. But the car itself is still very small, but the actual build quality of this is bigger. It's nice, spacious inside, like the Mini. I sat in the Mini, and although it's about the same size as this, I found I had my legs sort of like this to like stay out of the other people's way, because they've got such padded interiors. Everything's really squished in, whereas in this one, it's so spacious. It's like, oh, it's so nice. Yeah. You've got to try one, you've got to go sit in one, and you'll see exactly what I mean. I think this is just a perfect car, really, for everyone. Turning those lights off, and we'll head into the front, into the driver's side and the passenger side. I don't know what to do with these headphones, they've been in there about 3 days. There, put them back down. So if you are the lucky gremlin who gets to sit in the front of your friend's car all the time, and you're in that passenger seat, like my friend who's too tall, he says to go in the back, too tall, and obviously he's in charge of the aux. But from the passenger side, this is sort of the view you get, as you can see, and the legroom is outstanding. It's like something you find in an SUV. Like, I find this has more legroom than the Freelander and the Duster combined. Obviously you get your nice vanity station up here. Hello. And it does have your cover on it, and the lights as well, which is the same on the driver's side. There you go, there's it in action. You get obviously the climate control separated for both sides of the fans, and obviously your nice door, and you've got a big door card down here, very nice. This is nice, and then obviously you've got your beautiful chrome accents. Glove box, if you are wondering, is quite big. I mean, I've got enough space to fit a lot of documents and a lot of stuff in here, and it's all in all, yeah, quite nice. It's got that space, and you don't, when you have it down, don't really touch your legs too badly, so that's not too bad. Obviously you've got your little storage box here, which pushes out to be an armrest. Whether you're the driver or the passenger, either of you can use it. It's better when the handbrake's down, but you've got that one, so that's quite nice. And obviously you've got your little armrest here for padding. Scratchy plastics aren't too bad in this car, but they are there. But you've got this nice little foam style thing here, which is nice. Obviously this is a nice material to have, it's quite premium, and the screen itself is quite nice too. I mean, here you go, welcome to Volkswagen, little R logo obviously appearing here, but yeah, inside the car, screen is quite nice, as you can see, and from this view, this is sort of the space you get between, you know, I've got my hand here, and I'm not really that close to the driver, Obviously, the steering wheel looking fancy from here. It's like something a bit like out of an ID3. Oh, it's like something out of an ID3 in the sense, you know, out of an ID3 because, yeah, it's like something out of an ID3 in a sense because it's the same sort of wheel, same sort of layout. But you still got that traditional dash even though it's digital, whereas I know in a lot of the new cars, like the ID3, I've been in one when I went to pick this up, and they've got that new little screen. It's weird. It's not actually like a traditional dash. They've almost kept the same layout in this car that you get from a pre-Mach 6.5, so Mach 6 Polo, and they've just stuck a digital dash in it, and it's kind of, they've gone, yeah, that'll do. Changed the wheel, upgraded it to the new wheel. But yeah, from the passenger, you get a lot if you're a passenger in this. You know, like plenty of legroom. Down here, you know, you can spread your legs out, stretch right up there. It's really, really nice. I wonder, and I do think that has something to do with this car being a left-hand drive in, you know, the European market, because they've kept like the pedal bay, right? So you've got all that extra pedal space. And I know that was something in the Corsa I found, is that the glove box was tiny because they hadn't changed the fuse boxes, but in this, obviously, they've converted it properly, so you can still get all that legroom from where the pedals would be, and then obviously like the driver's side, and so you get lots of legroom. And these seats are quite far back, and I mean, in the back you still got plenty of legroom. This car for space is ridiculous. Like, you can carry at least, you know, you could carry at least 4, probably 6 foot people at least in this car and have no problems. Like, it is a hatchback TARDIS. It's probably, if Doctor Who could have a hatchback, he'd have this Polo. I've said it, he would have this Polo because it would remind him of the TARDIS. I mean, it's not blue, this one, but if he had a blue Polo, it would remind him of the TARDIS. And I'm just going to put it out there before we head to the driver's seat where you can see all those controls again, and I'll give you a full rundown now I've learnt it over 2,000 miles and give you a proper full review of the drivers and how it feels to be a driver in this car. Into my favourite seat in the car, the driver's seat. This is where it happens. This is where the action goes down, and it is honestly spectacular. As you can see, you've got lovely wide rear view mirror. No reversing camera as standard in this car, but I don't find you need a reversing camera really. If you're a good enough driver, you can drive without one, but I will show you a cool trick it does have. I don't think many of you have seen it because I only showed it once in a video that got about 200 views. It was a short, pretty bad video that I made on this car. If I turn it on, again, there's those ridiculous lights, and if I just stick the car into reverse, as you can see, it goes down, so the wing mirror goes down, and then it shows you the curb below. So that's quite handy. It basically is your reversing camera. You don't need it because it just shows you where the lines are. And again, there's that beautiful digital dash. It's like something you find in an Audi now. Obviously, nice and smooth. You know, nice and smooth, like you'd expect from, you know, a car of this sort of standpoint. And obviously, if I just stick you behind the wheel there, the space is nice. The steering wheel, I have to say, is spectacular. The look of it, the buttons, the chrome surround accents, that nice big VW logo that we've now come to know and love, and this thick steering wheel. It's not a thin steering wheel. It's nice, well stitched in. It is proper. Obviously, you've got all your controls over here. So you've got your, if you don't want that reversing feature, you just set that to standard like that, and it will bring it back up. And then obviously you've got your plenty of space. I've got a bin, obviously a bit down here with my bottle in it, and 2 packs of chewing gum. So much space, you know, like I've still got space in there. And then obviously, yeah, all your controls, your wing mirror controls. You've got your lock unlock controls down here on the door, so it's nice and easy. You know, it's good placement because if I'm driving along, I know, oh, I need to unlock the door to let my friend in. It's going to be where I unlock my door, so that's quite handy. It's quite close. Obviously, we've got our bog standard wing mirror control with our, you know, change how much. If it rains heavier, you just change this. If it rains less, change that. Obviously that. Then we have our climate control. The climate control is alright. I mean, I said in the video I didn't like it, but it was more, I think, from a basis of some people don't like them. But for me, this has been smooth. It's only turning it off that can be a bit of a pain, but it is quite nice. Obviously, we've got our little, you know, phones section down here. I'll get my phone out and I'll show you. So this is an iPhone 15. So what is it? 6 inches or something like that. Put that in there. There you go. Fits flat, so you can fit at least 2 phones in here. Completely flat. and it's out the way. You've got your 2 USB-C ports in here, which is quite decent. No USB Type A. However, there is still the classic Volkswagen 12 volt down here, so you can still put an adapter in here, you know, like you would have done a few years ago, which is good. Obviously, you've still got your park distance control with this sort of changes when you move your wheels. You can see how your wheels are aligned, which is also really, really nice. There's obviously different view modes for the digital dash, going back to it. So this is the digital dash. We've got different view modes. So you've got this view mode, and then we've got this view mode, and then obviously your normal, and you can change more of that in settings, which is nice. And as it comes up now, it's getting darker. There is a little LED strip that runs throughout the car, and it goes up through these handle points here, and it's really, really nice. It gives you that more futuristic feel without, you know, compromising the structural integrity of the car, which is really, really nice. And again, the space from the driver's point of view is crazy. The space from the driver's point of view, as you can see, is absolutely brilliant. I mean, the pedal box area down here is great. You know, look, I've got no problems. I'm wearing some pretty hefty leather boots here, and I would say I'm still having no issues at all down there. Nice chrome pedals, as you can see, nice metal, which is good. And yeah, it is great. You've obviously got your 2 vents here with the change of controls, your vent over here. And all in all, this car is, yeah, it's really, really nice. The gear stick from the R Line, which is now in the stock base models as well, this gear stick is great. The feel of it is nice. The, you know, the changing of the gears is smooth as anything. Yeah, you've got 5 gears, obviously 5 speed, and the 5-speed gearbox. Now let's talk about it. I like the 5-speed gearbox. I think it's what you need from one of these cars, what you'd expect. It's not crazy, it's not sports car, it's not short shift, obviously, but it's not bad. It's what you'd expect from a hatchback and more. It's nice feeling, it's smooth as anything when you're changing through the gears. It's obvious where the gears are. You're not guessing. You can feel it, that structural rigidity. It feels like a good solid gearbox without being anything too flashy and too over the top for a car like this. And it is really, really nice. I think the car itself is good. The engine sound isn't too bad. It doesn't sound bad at all. I mean, it's not crazy. But if you get up to 4,000 or 5,000 revs in this car, you can definitely hear it. Like, I will give you a quick sound test, I think, from the inside. So here we go. Deliver down, ready? It's quite a decent sounding car. Nothing crazy, but, you know, it's quite cool to have an R-Line car that doesn't sound too bad, especially when you're up at higher revs. It's like it feels more sporty than it is, and I really like that because it is a purchase that I sit back there and every day I look out the window and I go, that's my car. And I looked at Google Maps the other day when the car wasn't there, and I can't imagine now without having this car. And every day I look out that window, I see Enzo just sat there, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so pleased I've got one. That's pretty much, I say, everything I wanted to say in this video. It's been quite a different video, I'd say, to the regular driving. Now, it's something I wanted to do different because the roads are getting more icy. So I wanted to try something more vlog style almost. And I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you all so much for the support. Like 800 views in a couple of days on my latest video is crazy to me, and crazy for you to be that interested in a little Volkswagen Polo is spectacular. Now, I want to say massive thank you. It's just been amazing to see the support. I haven't seen this sort of support before I did cars, and it's always when Enzo's on screen the views are higher. If I do Forza, the views are alright, but when I do Enzo the views are up, and it's crazy. It's so good to see. I work hard on these videos, and I'm so pleased that you enjoy them because I'm working really hard to produce a video a week for you. It's quite difficult to find videos to do on Enzo, so if you've got any ideas, please let me know. I think it's, yeah, crazy. We just hit 350 subs at the time of recording as well, so there's that. That's crazy as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I mean, if you want to see the other cars that I've got around me, so the Freelander, if you want me to do a video on that, just let me know, because that is something I will be willing to do. My dad said that I can do it, so that's an option. And yeah, that's another one. Hopefully might be a big sort of series coming soon. If there's any modifications you think I should do to Enzo, like not massive power modifications or anything, if you think there's anything I could do to make him a little bit better, just let me know, because I will do it. Because I want to do some stuff with Enzo, make it a bit exciting. But yeah, there was something else I wanted to say. I need to think about it. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to say. I was going to say the production value that I've put into this channel because of your support is crazy. I've obviously bought up myself some mics, a new camera to use, and yeah, I bought it because I thought you guys give me the support, so why would I give you subpar content? I want to give you the best content, so I've got all the extra gear around me now, and I rig up the car like Top Gear if we're going out for a drive. And I'm going to do more videos like this because obviously the icier the roads get with the sport tyres on Enzo, it's not going to be as much of a viable option. So I'm going to start doing these sort of videos more. So if you've got any video ideas for me, please let me know because I do need to use them. Okay, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, you know the rest. Everyone else told you millions and millions of times, I am sure. And yeah, me and Enzo will see you in the next video.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.